Welcome back, everybody. We lost broadcast there for a while. I can't explain why we had a break in transmission other than Mercury retrograde, typical Mercury retrograde, where all of a sudden we lose our Wi-Fi connection. So as I was saying, my passion is to go back and watch old TV series and movies and things like that, because I really enjoy looking at the lighting and the way people do their makeup and the type of clothing they put together and jewelry and things like that. And I was actually watching a very, very old series called Bewitched. And Bewitched was one of my favourite sitcoms as a child growing up. I just absolutely adored Samantha and Endora and all the antics that they got up to, and how Samantha could wiggle her nose and just magically make everything right. But during my, relaxation time and watching Samantha, in 3 episodes, I actually heard her talk about the word wishcraft. And at first when I heard it, I rewound it a couple of times and thought maybe my ears were deceiving me. And I looked at that as being a heaven-sent message about the candle that we had brought into the range called Wishcraft, because at the time I was wondering whether or not it was one that maybe we should delete out of the range. Was it too much, maybe something that people didn't sort of quite understand? Was it something that didn't maybe sit quite as comfortably with people that might have had religious beliefs? And then after I heard it on the 3rd episode of Bewitched over a series of about a week, I thought, no, it's got to stay there. I've got to honour Samantha. They wrote that into the script all those years ago, back in the 60s. Then it really is a terminology that needs to stay. So I took it from that I must have unconsciously remembered that word, and that was what was given to me when I was designing this candle. So how do we go about working with bringing our wishes to fruition? Well, we need to write a little list to start with. We need to write a list that says to us, what are we trying to manifest or bring towards us in our life today? And today it could be love. So let's say we're looking to bring more love into our life. You could write 3 things down on a piece of paper that you would look for in a new loving relationship. And it may be you want somebody that's honest. You want somebody that listens to you. You might want somebody that makes you laugh. And they may be the 3 important things that you want. So I want you to write a second duplicate list, because the first list you're going to have, you're going to put it underneath your candle. You're going to put directly underneath the candle, you're going to put your candle on a coaster. Never put a candle directly on your furniture, because the glass containers can get very hot. So then as we go to light the candle, you'll see here with my extra large candles, they've got 2 wicks in them. I like to light one side one day and the other side the next day. It gives you approximately up to about 100-hour burn time out of a candle that way. If you light both wicks together, you'll only get approximately up to about 60 hours. Also, sometimes I've found that in my testing that with temperature drops and things like that, we can quite often find sometimes the glass doesn't handle the changes in temperature or atmospheric pressure, and sometimes the candles can crack. And it's because the actual container itself gets hot. The wax itself doesn't get hot, but the container that it's in does get hot. So that's our Wishcraft candle. That's the extra large candle. Now, for people that want to work with a smaller candle, that say to me, Amanda, look, I'm traveling, I need something that's small, that's compact, that I can pop in my bag, then you can get 3 little candles in a gift box like this, specially done up for you. You can either choose 3 Wishcraft candles, or you can choose 3 from our extensive range of 27. So it's entirely up to you what you want to put in your gift box set. You'll get approximately 15 hours out of these. They've got a nice little glass lid, only 1 wick in those, and the same rules apply. For those of you that say to me, look, Amanda, I really love candles, but I'm not able to burn a flame because I'm in an area where, I'm sitting under an air conditioner at work and the flame's going to blow out all the time. You can purchase one of these wax melt warmers. Mercury's playing havoc with my communication today. And with these wax melt warmers, what you find with those is that they are electric. You can turn them on and off with the electricity. You only need about 1/2 teaspoon a day. Now, you can safely leave these on as you're wandering in and out, you're going from your desk, or you're wandering around the house doing your housework, or whatever the case may be. They're a lot safer around children and animals, and they're certainly something that you can use all year round. You can have it sitting under an air conditioner or an open window. Again, I still like to put my wax warmers on a coaster. I'm a big fan of always putting a barrier between you and the furniture that it's placed on. So you do the same thing, write your list, place it underneath the wax warmer, put the wax warmer on a coaster, and then put it on your table or your cupboard, and they will do the same job. And you'll get, quite a lengthy period of time out of an extra large candle when you're putting it into a wax warmer. So the reasons why we want to bring different wishes into our life. Each day we may have something different that we're working on. I recommend that you burn a candle from 15 minutes to 2 hours per day. And that's where a melt warmer comes in better, because you can have it going 8, 10, 12, 14 hours a day, which is amazing. I'm seeing all these beautiful hearts going across the screen. Thank you very much for your amazing support. And for those of you that want to leave a little message and say hi and what part of the world you're in, I'll be happy to get back to you in the next 48 hours and acknowledge that you've taken the time to share who you are and where you're from with us. And it's always important that we do that and we continue to share the love around the world. But getting back to our subject of wishcraft, wishcraft is something that, as I said, we can change the wish daily. So tomorrow you might want to work with something different. Maybe if you're self-employed and you're in business and the phone's been a little bit quiet and you haven't got enough contracts in or enough quotes on your desk, you could put something on your list like that. You could even make your list on 3 separate topics if you want. That's not what I would suggest, though, because I suggest that we really keep the intent, purpose and direction, if we can, focused on just one major area, like love or money or a new house or a new car or whatever the case may be. But if you've really got a lot of things going on in your life, then maybe set, 3 different things on the piece of paper, but really focus and give yourself a little bit of breathing space in between. If you're focusing on attracting new contracts for work, say, you really want to boost the income of the business and you want more contracts, put a time frame on it. If we're putting something on that, well, then I'd like to see more contracts on my desk that are lucrative and we have a chance of winning within the next 30 days. Go away, have a cup of coffee, come back, 20 minutes, half an hour's time, then read out aloud the second thing on your list. I'm trying to attract a new relationship. These are the 3 main qualities I would like in a new partner. Do the same thing. Give it a bit of airspace, give it a bit of time, really give it your focus and your attention, go away, come back again, and then look at the third thing on the list, which may be I want to buy a new house. What are the 3 major things that you're looking for? Is it location? Is it price? Is it, is it a family home? Is it somewhere that you want to keep as an investment? Whatever the case may be, and looking at it in those ways, you will find then that you've set your intention for 3 different wishes using your wishcraft candle quite quickly. So that's how we work with a wishcraft candle. And it's always important that if you don't have my candles, don't stress. You might have a whole pile of candles that you've been given over the years as gifts and things like that, and you've put them up in the cupboard and you think, I don't know what to do with them. Yes, they're very pretty and I didn't want to burn them. Can I suggest to you, and you get one out of the cupboard, you put the energy into it by taking the candle, imagine this is your candle, and you're massaging into it the energy. You're playing with it. You've got your eyes shut and you're saying, now I'm turning this into my wishcraft candle. This is going to be my wishcraft candle so that I can bring towards me my intent, my purpose and direction, all the things that I want in my life. So you may do that for a day. Every time you walk past it, giving it some energy for a couple of minutes at a time, putting it down, and then you've turned that into your very own personal wishcraft candle. Yes, it's not going to be quite as powerful as working with one of mine that has that intent, purpose and direction infused into it at the time of production, but it will give you something that you can work with, that you already have resources for. You have a candle there that, it's not costing you any money. I'm a firm believer in we use what resources that we've got. And, even if you haven't got any candles in your house and, you've got a box of household grade candles in case of a power blackout, you can always use those too. So we always have many, many options. It's a time of our lives, I think, at the moment where a lot of people are going through some very uncertain sort of changes. And it would be really nice to know that we had people in our lives that could help us. Now, that could be something that you could also put on your wishcraft candle, that, what you're trying to draw towards you, what you would like to manifest is people that are going to be helpful. People that are going to be beneficial to you in your life, that you're sick of people that are false. You're sick of people that, are so self-absorbed that that's all they think about is themselves, that they don't ever think about what the other person might like. So this is where you have the flexibility with this wishcraft candle to make it what you want it to be. Now, for those of you that have been watching the presentation today, here in Australia, we have free postage with any purchases that you may want to make from our extensive range of candles or readings and things like that. So if you head to my website, www.amandahallpsychic.com.au, and in the coupon box, if you type the word Facebook, in capital letters, you will get a discount at the checkout. For those of you that are international, unfortunately, we can't offer free shipping from Australia. But what we can offer you is a flat fee. So if there's a few things that you'd like to purchase, save your pennies up, make the purchase all in one go, and you will find a flat fee at the checkout for everything. It doesn't matter how much you buy, at that one flat fee, and we'll post anywhere into the world. So for those of you that haven't yet taken advantage of joining our newsletter and getting your free astrology chart, might I invite you to do so today. Head to our website again, www.amandahallpsychic.com.au. You'll find a little pop-up screen that'll come up on your screen that gets you to fill in your name and your email address, and that'll start the process of us putting you onto our mailing list, and you then qualify for your very, very own free astrology chart that will be emailed to you anywhere in the world. That sort of happens around 48 hours from the time that we receive it here at Amanda Hall Psychic. You're more than welcome to join our email list for that. You're under no obligation to buy anything or stay with us. If you get your astrology chart and that's all you want and you want to say goodbye, that's fine too. Always know that you're welcome back here at Amanda Hall Psychic. For those of you that have really found this broadcast entertaining and interesting and you've learnt a lot, I do actually have in my little Facebook blurb there is an actual Facebook page that is set up that has all the previous workshops on it and has all my previous shows from A1R Psychic Radio, so you can go there at any time and binge watch an episode or go back and catch it again at a later stage. Next week's workshop will be the full moon in Pisces, so that'll be a very interesting event that we'll be working with next week. So I'd like to apologise again for the disruption that we had, that in the middle of the broadcast we lost Wi-Fi. Mercury at his best. And for those of you that have immense respect for Aretha Franklin, as I do, please let's hold her in our prayers and our thoughts and send her positive energy. And most of all, let's give the woman the respect for the song that she sang, RESPCT. That's what you mean to me. And I mean, she did an amazing job to stand up for women's rights, for Indigenous people all around the world. And she's just an amazing lady, and she's fighting for her life at the moment in a cancer hospice ward. And my heart goes out to her. She's just been an amazing, amazing role model for women all around the world. And we love you, Aretha. See you. Bye for now. See you next week.